My first experience in a supermarket in Russia was a very interesting experience, as I didn't know any Russian yet. And usually, when you go to another country, to a foreign country, you don't know, you're not really used to the kinds of things that they eat or that they buy at the supermarket. It doesn't tell you anything. So she showed me everything, and she explained to me everything, almost everything. And until I saw myself little bags, plastic bags like that on the wall. And in these bags, there were like very, very small dry fish. And I could understand what they were doing with that. So I asked her, and she told me, "Oh, you shouldn't bother with that. You don't drink alcohol, so you shouldn't bother with that. We just eat them with beer." And as I have a very, very big imagination, and I didn't ask any more details about that, I was sure that they were taking a glass of beer and they were putting this fish inside, and as it is dry, then it would be bigger and getting bigger and bigger and bigger with these eyes here. And really, really, it was a nightmare in my head and in my mind. So I came back home and I wrote everybody in France, my family, my friends, and everybody that I know in the world. And I told them, "Don't come in Russia. It's awful what they eat and what they drink. Please don't come. It's really terrible, etc., etc." So I was totally traumatized. After a couple months, I went to Moscow for my job, and I was walking around in the street with a friend of mine from France, and he lives here for many, many years, so he knows pretty much everything, especially about food. So we were walking around, and we saw a friend, babushka, a grandmother, who was selling these fish, but they were not so small as in the supermarket, but they were huge, like 1 meter maybe. They were really, really big. And I was thinking, how can they, well, no, they can't eat that with beer. It's not possible. So I asked him if they needed something like a huge, huge